Oh, hi. It's good to be back. Yeah, it's good to be back. Alright. Back to your bed. Pretty good. Hello? Alright. Hey, mush. Mushy. Hello everybody and welcome to the TheBoobTube, and let me just say that as I approach my 50th review coming up later on this year, I just wanted to say it is always nice to take a look back on this series and reflect on some of the older videos that I've looked at over the years. And to me personally, I think some of my best reviews have to come from reviews from smaller content creators and amateur filmmakers who give it their all in their short films. Even though I don't really get that many views for these particular episodes, I tend to remind myself that this video series is about reviewing all types of content creators. Whether they're large or small, if they happen to upload something onto YouTube within the last few years, I'm going to seek it out and review it in one way or another. That, and it's always nice to throw in something quick to pump out to your channel. Anywho, for those of you longtime watchers out there, you should know that I am no stranger when it comes to reviewing superhero short fan films. Some of them that are so good that it made me wish they had a lot more views than they should, while there are others out there that are so atrocious that they should pretty much rethink what they should do with their careers. Which is where today's fan-made reviews come in. With the rise in Marvel movies and shows, the studio has taken a different approach with their cartoons by now focusing their attention with a fresh new look by throwing in more culturally diverse characters. And with their newfound success with their new series, Marvel Rising, I might as well take a look at some fan films from some die-hard fans. And since I've already talked about short films from Spider-Gwen to that one Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., let's talk about Miss Marvel and Squirrel Girl. Beginning with Miss Marvel, she made her debut in 2013 as the first Muslim superhero in Marvel, who uses her inhuman shape-shifting powers to fight crime after being exposed by the Terrigen Mists, and dons the codename after being inspired by the original Miss Marvel, Carol Danvers. And as for Squirrel Girl, her origin was a little bit more of a rough start. Debuting in 1991 for the Marvel Superheroes Winter Special, where she teamed up with Iron Man, she fought Dr. Doom and, well, was never heard from again for 14 years. That is until she was pulled out of limbo in 2005, joined a Midwestern superhero team for a bit, became a nanny for Luke Cage and Jessica Jones's kid, and later had her own series due to her sudden burst in popularity. I think one of the reasons why this happened as recently is mostly because she is more of a family-friendly version of Deadpool, where Squirrel Girl is charming, adorable, and relatable to the average teen girl fan out there. Whew, boy, I sure covered a lot. Now, time for the first fan film, Kamala. Kamala is created by Anita Kalathara, otherwise known on YouTube as Anita Bimi. It is a 5-minute, no-budget fan film which entails the superhero's life struggles both in and out of costume. What do I mean by that? Well, let's take a look at Kamala. The film begins with some random supervillains tearing up the city, and the only Avenger left standing is Miss Marvel.
What makes you think you could defeat us, child?
I'm actually a teenager.
Did anyone forget to tell you not to give away your secret identity? Kamala gets smacked around, and we are cut to a flashback where her parents give a speech about her grades slipping. Later that day, Kamala and her friend are walking outside only to get ridiculed by a couple of 20-something-year-old white high school students.
Why don't you just back off?
Oh, watch out, Zoe. Kamala's getting angry.
Yeah, wouldn't want her to bomb the school.
Well, screw you, racist. We cut back to Kamala getting chased down by the villains, and then cut back to her sulking in her room. And then we cut back to her sulking in her bedroom. Kamala's father gives her a speech about how perfect just the way she is, and can achieve anything that she wants if she puts her heart and soul into it. You know, the typical mentor to superhero stuff that you see everywhere else right before they get killed. And with that motivation, Kamala regrows back to her regular form, knocks out the goons, and faces off with the final super thug. And goes straight to the title card. And I gotta say that the main actress, Anita, in here, does a very good job when it comes to portraying the role of this character, as well as some of the other supporting characters as well. Well, except for the supervillains. They did a very fine job with the editing as well as the end credits as well, making it feel very cinematic. However, the special effects were a little bit shoddy at times throughout this video. They had some pretty obvious scenes in here, mostly coming from the characters who were moving a little bit too slow at times, and it felt very choppy. As if they did this straight out of a Sony Vegas Pro sample effects pack. However, it is still short and somewhat enjoyable, which is why I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 5. Now on to fan film number 2, The Unbeatable Squirrel Girl, created by Dan Euler. This apparently is his very first short film that he uploaded onto YouTube. And I gotta say, for a guy who has roughly 51 subscribers, he does have a very impressive stance with this video, as it has over 10,000 video views. So, color me intrigued. Let's take a look at it, shall we? This is Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. The video begins with the ever so classic superhero looking over the city landscape. Quick pro tip from one amateur filmmaker to another, Daniel. If you don't want your video to get a copyright claim, by all means use the YouTube audio library. There are plenty of royalty-free songs that you could use in order to use in your scenes for your video. Like this one. Much better. So after Doreen shows off her adorable outfit, we cut to the next morning where her mother stuffs her tail in her sweatshirt and heads off to school. Doreen gives off some monologue about her vague origin story and superpowers. Afterwards, she is greeted by her fellow classmate Josh.
How'd the project go?
Huh? What was that?
How'd the project go?
Josh asks Doreen about her project, but she was unable to finish it due to her crime-fighting duties at the local high school. So Josh decides to sacrifice a grade for Doreen by giving her his class project in exchange for a date later tonight. Doreen is so smitten by the thought of a date that she tells her stuffed animal Tippy Toe that she will be unable to hit the streets tonight. However, things take a turn when Monkey Joe pops in to inform her that 2 well-known thieves were spotted outside of a jewelry store and are planning to rob it tonight.
You're telling me? Why did you talk to the police? Wait, what am I saying? You're a squirrel. You don't talk to the police.
Doreen decides to stop the criminals as the 2 thieves, who turn out to be a pair of teenagers, make their way inside. And despite picking the lock on the back door in order to break in, it would have been a lot more convenient for these 2 thieves to actually just waltz on in through the front door when it was clearly unlocked. Squirrel Girl gets the drop on the 2 goons.
Be prepared to meet Justice and Beatrice.
Shut up, Mimsy!
However, they came prepared as they are locked and loaded. But apparently shooting in one direction isn't enough, even though Squirrel Girl has stood in that one spot the entire time. The big goon knocks her out, and they take her out back. Luckily, Squirrel Girl manages to chew her way out of this predicament, knocks out the nerdy goon, and tussles with the big goon. The big goon gets the upper hand, but it doesn't last for very long as Tippy Toe saves the day, and Squirrel Girl leaves both of the thieves for the police to find. She changes back into Doreen and gets back to her date with Josh. Thus concluding the short fan film number 2, The Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. I have to say that this video was quite entertaining at times, and the main actress in here did a very, very good job playing the Squirrel Girl character in here. But I did manage to find some more awkward editing moments in here, with the audio being a little off at times, to the editing cuts being a little out of place. I'm not really punishing Mr. Euler for his work. In fact, I am very, very lenient when it comes to reviewing these types of short films. Mostly because I do understand where these people are coming from when they have a very small or limited shoestring budget to begin with. Which is why I give this video a pretty solid 3.5 out of 5. And with that said, it's time to wrap things up once more here on this series. Thank you all for watching, and if you or have someone else you know who happens to make short films as well would be interested in someone like me to give an honest review about them, feel free to hit me up on Patreon because I do accept requests through there for the right price for only $25, which I do find quite reasonable if you ask me. And of course, like all things, if you guys would like to view these videos in its entirety, I have provided links in the description box below, so you can find them for yourself and watch them in its entirety. And furthermore, what the, every time, wait. Hello?
What the hell took you so long?
What do you want? I was just wrapping up a review.
After several months? Wow, you certainly took your sweet time on that one.
Well, I wasn't aware that you left your phone behind. I've been out of the house for a while.
It's not my phone. It's yours now. Look, I'm at an undisclosed location right now, but I just discovered some new information about our associates that you probably want to know. But I think I'm being followed, so I'll talk to you later.
Here we go again. Oh yeah, and also I just want to let you all know I'm also pretty active on Twitter as well as Twitch as well, if you guys want to follow me over there as well. So, and that's pretty much it. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time on the BoobTube.